Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a fabulous start to your week. For those who returned to school last week, I hope it was an awesome time for you, and those returning at the beginning of this week or perhaps later this week, I wish you the very best of luck and I'm sending positive vibes for an awesome week ahead. I would firstly like to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you who has supported Evolution in 2024. It was our 8th season and our biggest year to date. Your support truly means the world to the team and I, so thank you again. In this video update, I'm going to go through some upcoming changes for our 2025 season. I find this a really effective way of communicating quite a bit of information to everyone. So here it goes. Information relating to solos, duos or trios. All age groups will remain as the 1st of January. It was requested that we consider moving our solos, duos or trios to the age of competition. After much discussion and investigation, it has been agreed to leave it as the 1st of January. If your child is born on the 1st of January, the performer will move up an age category. So for example, if they were 7 years old on the 31st of December or New Year's Eve, and then they turn 8 on the 1st of January, New Year's Day, then they will move up to the 8 to 9 years age group. For solos only, we have taken on feedback and can confirm that we have now separated contemporary into traditional and commercial for novice and open performers. For duos and trios, it will remain as contemporary, meaning that traditional and commercial will perform within the same section as it has always done. We will, of course, like we do every year, review this at the end of our 2025 season to see if any changes need to be made. We have also amended the ballet section to now include ballet or variation. Upon entering, it will prompt you to select ballet or variation so that the judge knows which you have selected. And of course, you can put the title of your variation also. Novice and open solos. A friendly reminder to please ensure that you enter the correct category based on the performer's circumstances at the time. What I mean by this is that when you enter in February, you could very well be a novice performer. Please check the syllabus, of course, for eligibility. But by the time our event rolls around in July, as an example, you may no longer be a novice performer. Please remember to let us know so that we can amend the sections for your dancer. We do from time to time receive emails suggesting that a performer has been placed in novice in error. If this is the case, we kindly ask for you to provide supporting evidence of this. My team are not going to go through someone's Instagram account or investigate. Please remember, they would have entered some time prior to the event actually taking place and have simply forgotten to let us know. We do appreciate that it is important to always do the right thing, so a gentle reminder isn't a problem. In 2024, we did a price freeze and kept costs the same, as we do understand things are quite expensive at the moment. Unfortunately, like most, we have had to do a small increase this year on entry fees only. They have increased by $2 each act, and we've tried to keep them as minimal as possible with the increases. Competitor passes for dance studios solos, duos and trios remain the same. Please remember, there are no other costs beyond these fees, i.e. there is no door entry on the day of the event. So once you pay and enter, that is everything paid for prior to the event taking place. As part of our syllabus and on the website, we have released the dates for national finals and a summary of what will occur each day. For those looking to come along to nationals, this should hopefully help with your planning. Please note that we are in the midst of confirming all of this information with Royal Pines directly. If there are any amendments, it may be by one day. So please note that until we go to firm contract, it may adjust to the 15th of January, but highly likely will finish on the 14th as indicated on the website. Novice soloists. In 2024, if you placed first with 3 or more in the section at Evolution or any other competition, you would move up to open sections for 2025. This is correct and does not change. For our 2025 season, we have amended this rule slightly and we have increased the section to 5 or more performers. A reminder that if you received first place in 2024, you must still go to Opens for our 2025 season. You do not get to stay in novice because we have amended the rule. This rule is for performers competing in novice for our 2025 season. Singapore. Please note that we have introduced a cap on the number of solos that can be entered to 5. This is in line with Australia and New Zealand events and does not include championships. Melbourne. We are doing our absolute best to find a suitable venue, but I am finding it very difficult, as I'm sure lots of other competitions have done when they are trying to book. We are waiting to hear back from a number of them, schools mainly, so unfortunately I do not yet have an update for you on dates. We will announce an update as soon as it comes to hand. Absolute worst case scenario, it means that we may not be able to host a 2025 Melbourne event for you, but we will absolutely do our best to do so, and we will communicate to our database with any updates as they come to hand. We thank you so much for your patience. The next lot of information relates to groups or troops. For a number of years, we have offered the option of having 2 older performers dance down an age category in the event of sickness, injury, etc. We removed this rule last year due to closing the gap in our age groups. Although the syllabus was updated, quite a few studios weren't aware of the rule change. We are reiterating that this rule has been removed. All performers are based on the 1st of January age cutoff. For example, if you have 5 8-year-olds and 2 9-year-olds, they must perform in the 10 and under age group. Please refer to our syllabus for the age groups offered, as they are all close together. Open age groups only. Studios who offer full-time courses and compete with that specific cohort in open age jazz, lyrical, contemporary, and any style will be listed as full-time or non-full-time in the program. Full-time and non-full-time studios will compete in the section together, i.e. open age jazz, for example. However, they will be judged and places awarded separately. This is new and will be reviewed at the end of the 2025 season. When studios complete registrations for Open Age Jazz, Open Age Lyrical, Open Age Contemporary, or Open Age Any Style groups, a drop-down box will appear for you to select full-time or non-full-time. Just a reminder, if you have an Open Age Jazz group that is not full-time cohort, you still enter that and select non-full-time. And then if you have an Open Age Jazz that is your full-time cohort, you select full-time for that group. They will compete in the same section, but places will be awarded separately by our judges. In 2024, we did a price freeze and we kept costs the same, as we do understand things are expensive. We mentioned this for our solos, duos and trios. Like those, we have increased our cost by $2 an act. Competitor passes for studios will remain the same. Please remember, there are no other costs beyond this. You've got your group entry fee and your competitor passes. In Perth, moving on to Perth now. Unfortunately, we have been unable to secure a suitable group venue. Our solos, duo, trio venue will be Morley Sport and Recreation Centre. And while I know that it isn't the first preference, it is most suitable for what Evolution needs. It will have Target. Morley can cater for groups, but it is restrictive, as I'm sure you would know, being locals. If you are looking to come to national finals, it may be best to do an online video qualifier in October when they open up, and we will do our best to find a suitable group venue in 2026. We will be taking group entries for Morley. If you would like to attend, there is capacity for that. I'm just not expecting it to be the same as it has been in the past. As part of our syllabus and on our website, we have released the dates for national finals and a summary of what will occur each day. For those looking to come along to nationals, this should hopefully help with your planning. Entries for national finals will open in May sometime, I can't quite remember the date, May 2025, but of course you do need to qualify prior to entering for national finals. But the reason this information is important is because if you are planning on bringing your teams or your groups to national finals, it will actually indicate to you on the site what day you should look to be arriving. Just like I mentioned for solos, duos and trios, we may be needing to finish on the 15th of January. That will be confirmed hopefully in the next couple of weeks, but I am pushing and hoping that it will be completed on the 14th at the latest, fingers crossed. I would now like to talk briefly about concerns relating to the industry of late and how Evolution will move forward in our 2025 season. I feel it is very important that I clearly state that the next line of topic is my own opinion and that of Evolution Dance Competition being its director. And I do not speak for the competition industry as a whole. So please remember, every competition has different rules and guidelines. So of course, what I am saying is how Evolution will move forward based on this information. There has been a lot of discussion surrounding choreography, costuming, professional boundaries being crossed, and so on. Please know this. I do not get involved unless it directly impacts Evolution Dance Competition, and I do not pass judgment or opinion on things that I do not have all of the facts about. I have said it before, I'll remind everyone again, my focus for Evolution is to provide a fun, positive, constructive and safe environment for performers to attend. I do not get involved in social media dramas, local politics or so on. I keep all of that at an arm's length deliberately so that you know when you come to Evolution event, any Evolution event, that you know that everyone is going to be treated exactly the same, fairly and equally. Each year, we review our syllabus, and I believe it is my job as the director to look at things with eyes wide open and implement guidelines that are fair and reasonable for everyone. Yes, you might be focused on your child or your studio, and I respect that, but I do have to set guidelines that impact hundreds, if not thousands of people. There is always a reason why I do something, always. So if you are ever unsure, please ask. I'm an open book. I have absolutely nothing to hide. Costuming and choreography. There has been much discussion regarding the appropriateness surrounding costumes and the style of choreography being performed. There also seems to be a huge push to hold competitions accountable for this. While I do see the perspective people are coming from, I truly believe this issue rests with the parents and what they are willing to accept and pay for. Let me explain further. If a costume is not covering appropriate areas, then of course it would receive a 0 score for costume at Evolution based on the syllabus. And I would have a discussion with the parent for solos, duos and trios, or the teacher for groups. But if the parent is willing to pay for these costumes, then the onus needs to be on them. The teachers and studio directors will continue to believe that this is acceptable if the parents don't say anything and are willing to pay money for it. If you want change, then it has got to start with the parents. There are limitations to what I can do at Evolution. Over the years, I have had discussions on choreography and costuming with parents. I do not shy away from this topic, never have, but I am asking people to be realistic about what can be done. It is also important to note that what is considered inappropriate to one is different to someone else. My job is to find balance amongst it all, and that can be extremely difficult at times. In light of recent events, it is important for me to state that in order for teachers to attend an Evolution event, any Evolution event, and be backstage or in the dressing rooms with children, you must have a valid Working with Children card. This goes without saying. This card must be carried and be visible at all times whilst in a dressing room or backstage at an Evolution event. Now is the time to order those studio lanyards if you haven't already done so that we can see your Working with Children check card carried with you at all times, please. Any parents that a studio nominates to assist with changing in dressing rooms, this is mainly for group days, must also have a Working with Children card on them. It also must be visible at all times, please. Please look up volunteer for your respective state, and I think majority, if not all, are free. I think Western Australia it might be $11, but majority of other states are free. This is really important to have when anyone is in the dressing rooms for group days especially. In addition to the above, It will be a requirement for studios to enter your Working with Children number, your full name as displayed on your card, and the expiry date as part of your group entries. This will be cross-checked by Evolution to ensure that it is valid. Evolution is committed to the safety of all participants, but please remember, regardless of your own personal opinion on any situation, Evolution is required to follow the law at all times. There are so many topics that I would love to have covered, but then the video update would go on forever. I'll be honest, I've had to try and limit it as much as I possibly can. Please know that my team and I are very much looking forward to the upcoming competition season, and we do hope that you can join us for another amazing year. If you are unable to join us this year, we wish you a successful and positive competition season ahead. Bye for now.